Today I'm going to show you how to commence a flash loan on Uniswap. First you're going to have to go to remix.ethereum.org. This is where we're going to write the smart contract to commence the flash loan. When you get there, you can click on the file explorer. It's going to pop out. And you can go to this little thing right here, and it'll pop up saying create a new file. You're going to create a new file and call it Uniswap Flash Loan .sol to make sure it ends in .sol. Press enter. And now I'm going to paste in the swap loan code for Uniswap to commence the flash loan. I'll post this down in a link, and I'll also post a link to the remix.org down in the description. So we have that in there. Now we're going to click down here, and it's very important that you'll be clicking down on the compiler, and this is the compiler version, and we're actually using 050, so we're going to have to change this to 050. So scroll on down. Oh, nope, 050. I got 0511050. Okay. And then we're going to click over here on deploy and run and change this to inject web3. Go back to the compiler. We're going to compile it. So click on compile. Okay, it's been compiled. Now we're going to go down to deploy and run. And you're going to make sure you MetaMask. That address begins with that. Okay, we're matched up for the right one. Now we're going to go down to contract. Click on these arrows and go down to your contract that you compiled called the Uniswap Flash Loan. You can click on once you do that, this will pop out here. We're going to click this out. It says token name. You can make up any token name. This is going to be a dummy token. I'm just going to, and it's going to create it on the Uniswap network to make it look like we're not doing arbitrage, to pass their checks and balances. And then we're going to, the token symbol, that can be anything too. It doesn't really matter. I usually use 3 capital letters. And the loan amount. Now this is the important part here, is the loan amount. We're going to borrow 1,000 Ether. Okay. We're going to go transact. And we're going to have to, this fee here is going to launch this is going to be your contract. It's actually going to be locked into that address you're launching from. You have complete control over it. So we're going to confirm. Let's click this up. And when that contract succeeds, you'll be deployed contracts. You'll pop down here and you'll have your contract. Or you can go back to your MetaMask and see what's going on. Oh, there we go. Transaction completed. Okay. So now you have this guy pop up here, Uniswap Flash Loan. So you click on this little arrow here, and you have an arrow called Action. This is actually going to run the contract now. Now for this part, oops, actually I skipped ahead here. Before we can run the contract, we have to fund it. We have to put gas money in the contract. So we're going to go over here first and click copy. This is your contract address. Go to your MetaMask. You're going to have to send gas money to run this contract. So what we're going to do is, for about 1,000 Ether, depending on the price of Ether, which right now it's 2,500, you should be able to get by with about 0.3. And the reason you need 0.3 for, it's going to do a lot of different transactions on Uniswap. trading back and forth, and that's where the arbitrage comes in. You make money from. You have to pay for the gas for it. Okay, so we sent gas to it. Now we have to wait until that goes through before we can run the action on this. If I would have accidentally ran the action without giving it gas money, it wouldn't have done anything. There wouldn't have been any. I mean, it would have ran the contract, but the contract would have exhausted because it wouldn't have had any gas to run it. So the 0.3 should be enough to run the 1,000 Ether. Now, if Ether drops down, you're going to have to do more than the 0.3. Ether right now, at the time I made this, is, remember, it's 2,500. Keep that number in mind and try to determine the matrix from there. Another thing to remember is you can't overfund your contract. You'll only use the amount of gas that it needs to run, and you'll always have that money still left in your contract. So it's better to overfund it than underfund it. If you underfund your contract, it'll be exhausted. The gas will be exhausted, and it won't be able to complete the contract. So you won't get any money from it. So you don't want to underfund it. Overfund's fine, and then you'll always have that money in there to run it again. So let's still pending. Okay, so our contract succeeded, or our gas money to our contract succeeded in processing. Okay, so now we can run this action. We're going to start our contract now, run it through. So there we go. We have to send gas money again to run that. But watch when this goes through the balance. Slowly but surely, there it goes. Boom! Wow. We did really good this time. Normally, I'll get between, well, I have gone higher before. Normally, I get between 2 to 10 Ether doing that. And you can do this all day long. So I hopefully you liked my video, and hopefully it makes you money. And I'll put everything down in the description, the links to everything, and all the code. And I hope I described it good enough for you to run it. And thank you for watching, and please give me a thumbs up. Thanks.